Dear all, welcome back to the next session of our HN interview series. So in today's video, what we will be discussing is about the cyber attack. So if you notice the question, it's about a cyber attack that you are either in service-based or product-based companies. Suddenly, a certain attack is happening in your IT company's meeting, and in such cases, media is calling you, stocks are going down, police is about to arrive, and there is so much. Related problem has been arise. So how will you tackle the situation in that time? So this question you can be asked in your HR interview round, and how you can answer step by step in strategy by strategy we will be discussing in this video series. So without wasting a single moment, let's start. So now we start understanding how should you answer step by step utilizing the FAANG method. So number one thing is what you should keep in mind that whenever we'll be answering that type of question, we'll be using the famous star method provided by Amazon. So this star method stands S for situation, T for task, A for action, R for result. Yes, situations tell about what type, what was the situation, what is the perspective. Task is about what is our responsibility in that situation watch. So that is situation task. And the action is what about the actions we took as per the task that was, and after the actions we took, what was the responsibility result, the outcome. So this is we discussed that first to cover the situation, then after the situation we move to the task, what we should have done, and after what the actions we took in the action part, and the result, what was the outcome. So this is how we deal. So let's look step by step, structure by structure. Situation: priority 1, priority 2, priority 3. So in our question, the question was designed in such a way that we have to tell about the situation, but we have to tell our top 3 priority, top 3 decisions or actions that we will be taking. So this is first we will be discussing about the situation, then the priorities, priority 1, 2, 3. Then we will be talking about the risk assessment, and it was also provided in the question that apart from risk assessment, what the public statement will be providing, will be giving from the company side. So this is the public statement and the conclusion. So let's look. So we'll be starting the question in our exam round like this. Good afternoon. In this situation, my primary objective would not be to immediately solve the cyber attack, because within the first 30 minutes complete resolution may not be possible. My goal would be to stabilize the organization, contain further damages, and ensure accurate communication. I would focus on 3 immediate decisions. Now as the question told us to proceed through 3 immediate decisions, now we are proceeding. So notice one important thing is there. We are telling one thing is that because in this situation my primary objective would not be to immediately solve the cyber attack, because within 30 minutes, because within first 30 minutes complete resolution may not be possible. So we have used our idea that within 30 minutes we cannot solve a solution. So instead of solving the solution, we will try to make the situation calm. So that's why we tell in this situation my primary objective would not be to immediately solve the cyber attack, because within the first 30 minutes complete resolution may not be possible. My goal would be to stabilize the organization, contain further damages, and ensure accurate communication. I would focus on 3 immediate decisions. So the 3 immediate decisions we are asked in the question, we will be focusing on the 3 immediate decisions. Priority 1, activate incident response and containment. That means at first we will be activating the incident response and containment. My first decision would be to activate the cyber security incident response team and establish a crisis command center. That means we are activating our incident response team and we are establishing a crisis command center to handle such scenario. I would immediately isolate affected systems. If necessary, and prevent further spread of the attack. That means if attack has been occurred, so I will try to protect the remaining portion. So I will isolate the affected system if necessary and prevent further spread of the attack. This is priority 1. Second, at the same time, I would assign clear responsibilities to technical teams for investigation, containment, monitoring, and documentation. The step is important, for every minute of delay may increase financial, operational, and reputational damage. Because we are in such a scenario when we have been attacked by a bug from from external problem that we don't know. So what we try to protect ourselves. That's why we reply in this way, that at the same time I would assign clear responsibilities to technical teams for investigation, containment, monitoring, and documentation. This step is important because every minute of delay may increase financial, operational, and reputational damage. Priority 2, the action what would we take? Priority 2. In priority 2, we always deal with customer obsession, that is protect customers and critical obsession. So we discuss about here protecting the customers and critical operations. So my second priority would be to assess whether customer data, payment systems, or business operations have been affected. If there is any risk to customer information, I would take preventive measures immediately, such as temporarily restricting vulnerable services and increasing monitoring. So here we are talking about protecting customers and critical operations. So in the second priority we have put our customers. So my second priority would be to assess whether customer data, payment system or business operations have been affected. If there is any risk to customer information, I would take preventive measures immediately, such as temporarily restricting vulnerable services and increasing monitoring. Second, now we give a signal of what we believe about customers. So customer trust is one of the company's most valuable asset, so protecting customers must remain a top priority. So we tell about the customer obsession part, which is another important trait of even the star method, I mean Amazon's principle. So we also tell this, that customer trust is one of the company's most valuable asset, so protecting customers must remain a top priority. Now the priority 3, establishing controlled communication. After we have done all those things, I mean the priorities, let's again revise. First priority was activating incident response and containment. At first we have activated the incident response and containment, priority 1. After priority 2, we have prioritized the customer obsession, customer operations, protecting customer and critical operations, that was in our step 2. And at priority number 3, we channelize, that is establishing controlled communication. So my third decision would be to create a single communication channel for executive, employees, media, teams and stakeholders during crisis situation. Misinformation spreads very quickly. So my third decision would be to create a single communication channel for all executive, including the employees, media team and stakeholders, because during crisis situation misinformation spread very quickly. Therefore, all communication should be centralized and approved by the crisis management team. No employee should provide an official statement. This helps maintain credibility and prevents confusion. So these are the strong rules you'll be following during this situation. Therefore, all communication should be centralized and approved by the crisis management team. No employee should provide unofficial statements. This helps maintain credibility and prevents confusion. Now we will be accessing our risks, that is risk assessment. I would evaluate the situation based on the 4 major risks. First, there is the cyber security risk. If attackers continue to access system, so there is a risk. That means cyber security attack has happened, and if this continues, so this is our first risk. Second risk, there is a financial risk due to operational disruption and failing stock price. Right, second risk is our because our stock price is going down, so we have a financial risk also, step 2. Third, there is a reputational risk because media coverage can damage customer confidence. Right, if media coverage damages our company reputation, then it can damage our customer confidence also in future. Fourth, there is a legal complaints risk if sensitive customer information has been exposed. These risks must be monitored continuously while the investigation is ongoing. Media and public statement. If media inquiries arrive, I would avoid speculation and communicate only verified facts. My statement would be, earlier today, so I'll be stating like this from the company end. Earlier today we identified a security incident affecting certain systems. Our cybersecurity and response teams are actively investigating the matter and have taken immediate steps to contain the situation. So we'll be narrating the same like this way, that earlier today we identified a security incident affecting certain systems. Our cybersecurity and response teams are actively investigating the matter and have taken immediate steps to contain the situation. Now we come to the action portion. Protecting our customers, employees and business operations remains our highest priority. We are cooperating with the appropriate authorities and will provide verified updates as more information becomes available. We are cooperating with the appropriate authorities and will provide verified updates as more information becomes available. This statement is transparent, professional and avoids spreading unverified information. So this statement is transparent, professional and avoids spreading unverified information. So what we tell, that we are cooperating with the appropriate authorities and will provide verified update. We will provide verified updates as more information becomes available. So conclusion, in summary, my first 3 decisions would be contain and investigate the incident. So the first decision would be contain and investigate the incident. Second, protecting customers and critical operations. Second would be protecting customers and critical operations. Third, establishing control communication. Third would be to establish control communication. So these are, that would be. So in summary, my first three decisions would be containing an investigation in incident, protecting customer and critical operations, establishing control communication. By remaining calm, prioritizing actions, and communicating responsibly, I would aim to stabilize the situation until law enforcement and additional experts arrive. So this is how we can professionally answer the entire question. So the way we have covered the question, we have maintained the leadership, we have maintained ownership, then prioritization, we have focused that on what should we prioritize. Now risk management, we have clearly managed the risks by staying calm, confident, providing clear information. Then communication, we have maintained a strong communication, solid communication through maintaining a core communication channel. Now professionalism, we have handled very carefully, so that is professional and crisis handling. So all things is covered here. So this is how we can professionally answer such a critical situations answer. So the last line is to think like a owner whenever you respond, to communicate like a leader, and to execute like a professional. If you follow these things, you can answer any HR in interview questions clearly. So okay, meeting in the next session. Till then, enjoy the sessions.